But Siri has had some terrific games throughout the season. Richardson adds another wrinkle to the fold. He'll come in an RPO package, and he's a dual threat, a true dual threat, and he can wreak havoc in certain situations, and that benefits Golden West. Throw a little different look at you.
Though we could talk about quarterbacks, but certainly for the Rustlers, the calling card offensively has arguably been that running game behind Jayshon Pete and Ralph Akichi.
Yeah, Pete and Akichi throughout the season. Every time we talk with Coach Nick Mitchell, he's seemingly saying, hey, these are two of the best backs his program has ever had. Jayshon Pete, his vision and his ability to make the right cut when necessary really sets him apart.
Solid return for the Mounties, who won the toss and elected to take the ball out to the 37-yard line. Devin Miles, one of a quartet of running backs that we figured to see today behind a running game for the Mounties that has been sensational. How good have the Mounties been running the football? They are averaging 7.7 yards per carry as a team. That is almost a full yard ahead of the next closest team in the 3C2A this season.
Yeah, when you come up against a secondary that's a little banged up, play action's going to work a ton. So you have to be ready for it.
Floyd starts out in the backfield, but it's a quick throw on first down and a completion out to the 44-yard line as they find Jordan Williams for a gain of 8.
Here we are singing the praises of the running game. Hey, averaging 7 yards a carry. How about 9 yards on first down and a pass?
You see number 17, Nicholas Floyd. Last week against Long Beach, he had 12 rushes for 176, 2 touchdowns, almost a 200-yard gain. I'm looking at him today to be that front run for that offense.
Yeah, Bob Jastrab calls him Big Play Nick because if he gets a slight opening, he has a tendency to go a long way. He gets the carry, runs right, and has enough for a first down, a 3-yard gain on a 2nd and 2.
And Mount Sac is going no huddle like they did last week, and it worked for them. It was successful about 70 to 80% of the time on the ball.
They have it at the 48. Floyd remains in the game. They'll overload the far side. The Mounties in the road white jerseys. Quick throw from Flores back to Williams. Williams warding off a tackler and into Golden West territory to the 46 for a gain of 6.
Williams is coming off a 2-catch, 49-yard touchdown last week. So far this season, he's got 16 grabs for 275 and 5 touchdowns to go with it.
Pretty good job up front there by the Mounties to get penetration. And even though the Rustlers did a seemingly good job, still a 6-yard gain on first down. A lot of options here on second down.
Yeah, so important if you're going to move the ball against Golden West to stay out of those 2nd and 3rd and longs. 2nd and 4. Alex Flores at the controls. 3rd year in the program, and he has had an outstanding sophomore season. Floyd running left, cuts it back inside the 45 down to the 43. They'll spot it at the 44, so a gain of a couple, and it leaves a 3rd down and short.
You mentioned Flores having a good season. He's averaging 18 touchdowns to 4 interceptions, almost a 70% incompletion ratio. A very good season for him, as you mentioned.
Yeah, a couple of quarterbacks that really do a good job of not turning the ball over. Both Awad and Flores just under 50 attempts for every interception on the season. Straight ahead on 3rd and short and appears to have enough for the first down. So a couple of first downs for the Mounties on this opening drive. They have it to the Golden West 42, 1st and 10.
A conversation with Coach Nick Mitchell earlier this week. He said this game is going to be about adjusting to what they're going to do. Did admit that there might be some early success, and they have to figure out exactly what's going to work offensively and defensively. We're seeing the Mounties march down the field on their opening drive.
Floyd with the carry, running left, has the edge. Floyd into the secondary for the first time today. He's tripped up inside the 30 at the 29-yard line. 15 yards for Floyd. Christian Patero eventually on the stop. Again, back to Floyd. Floyd with a stiff arm. Another good gain for Floyd inside the 20, so the Mounties immediately into the red zone.
And it looks like they're continuing from last week, going with Floyd on the carry, and he is gaining yard after yard. At some point, the Rustlers are going to have to do something to contain him in that pocket.
Meanwhile, left tackle Nasir McCune is down. So they will come out and take a look at Nasir McCune with the Mounties having the football at the Rustler 19 with a 1st and 10. We'll step aside quickly, come back to Golden West College. It's Rustler football on SoCalCollegeSports.com. A Herculean task in front of that Rustler defense today to try and slow down a Mountie offense that is coming off back-to-back 70-point performances.
It looks like they're picking up where they left off last week with no rust.
Change in the backfield, and for the first time we see Samuel Green. Don't expect a big drop-off with Green, who averages just under 8 yards a carry on the season. 680 yards rushing. Flores, straight drop pressure coming and brought down. Brogan Diasis, Daniel Viramontes, Christian Patero all closing in. And they get to Flores, who gets back to the 20, so a loss of a yard brings up a 2nd down and 11. Rustlers as a team come in with 24 sacks on the season, led by Brogan Diasis, who was in on that sack. Delayed handoff to Floyd, picks his way inside the 20 and down to the 17. Gain of 3 will bring up a 3rd and 8. The Mounties converting on 3rd down at 46% on the season.
Quick test here for this Rustlers defense on 3rd down. If they're able to get off the field and allow a field goal, that'll be the big test on this play.
And I think they would take that. If they can limit the Mounties to field goals instead of touchdowns, they got to like their chances. Flores fires over the middle, and it is incomplete, so they do get the stop. And we'll see the field goal unit for the Mounties, Diego Esqueda, who is 9 of 11 on the season.
Jeff, I'm a little surprised about the play call there. You have an offense averaging 7 yards a carry. You can make it 4th and manageable, even if you just pick up 4 or 3 yards.
Noah Kelly was the intended receiver on that last play, and he had it and it dropped.
So here is Esqueda. This will come from the left hash. This from 34 yards out. Plenty of leg. And good. Esqueda drills it from 34. The Mounties on the board, leading it 3-0. We're early in the first for Rustler football. Golden West, Mount Sac on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Mounties on the board. Take a 3-0 lead. 10-12 remaining in the opening quarter. So they start with solid field position out near their own 40-yard line and turn it into 3. And we'll see the Rustler offense for the first time today through the back of the end zone. And Golden West will start from their own 25.
Looks like it's going to be Parker Awad to get the start today. And Jeff, we talked about his numbers last week. Before the game, struggled a little bit in the win at Cerritos, although did have the winning touchdown drive, and that came with under a minute to go in the final minute after Cerritos had tied it up at 14-all. Awad able to lead the team down the field for the winning score.
Yeah, Awad, freshman here at Golden West, and really won the job in camp before the season. And he's done a good job completing just over 50% of his passes, but just 3 interceptions on the season, and he's done a solid job leading this offense, though, as we mentioned at the top, both Siri and Richardson have certainly been part of the equation as well at the quarterback position. Opening carry to the 29 for a gain of 4. Leaves a 2nd down and 6. They'll start with Akichi in the backfield, but we will see Jay Sean Pete here today. The two very evenly split time on the season. Bunch formation, and it gets by. Awad gonna have to chase this one down, still loose, inside the 10. Did Awad get to it? It's gonna be a massive loss on the play, and he did. But back inside his 10-yard line, a disastrous play for Golden West on a 2nd and 6, and now it's gonna be 3rd and forever.
That was a costly mistake there by the center. 15-yard loss, and 3rd down, you're near the end zone. Very costly mistake by Golden West.
Yeah, clear from that replay that Josiah Laban and Parker Awad weren't on the same page on the count. As Awad was looking away. And it's 3rd and 27 for Golden West, deep in their own territory. Awad in trouble and sacked.
They're going to give him forward progress to the 1.
And it's Reggie Johnson, one of 2 Mountie defensive linemen with 6 sacks on the season to lead the team, who gets number 7. And Golden West loses 24 yards on their opening drive. Now they'll have to punt it away from the shadow of their own goalpost.
You have to be careful. One block could be a safety, possible touchdown.
Well, certainly we can talk about the accomplishments of the Mounties on offense, but part of this dominating season has been a very solid season on the defensive side of the ball as well. Good bounce for Guzman all the way back into Mountie territory. The return will get back into Golden West territory at the 48 as Antoine Ficklin is able to retrieve and pick up some yardage. Ficklin, who returns after a 3-week absence with injury, gets it back to the Golden West 48. So the Mounties still come away with outstanding field position after the great effort by their defense.
Yeah, the costly mistake by the center on the Rustlers really cost them 20 yards. They had to punt it, and they have a good field position at the 50.
So Flores with Floyd in the backfield. Offset I formation. Motion and a give to Floyd following his left guard. Spins out of a tackle and a pickup of about 5 to the 43. Terrell Taylor with the tackle. 2nd down and 5. For Mount Sac, Flores wants to move quickly. Has the snap, designed roll, fires, has a man open. This is going to be a Mountie touchdown. Finding Deshaun Thompson. And Flores to Thompson for 43 yards and a touchdown. 4th touchdown reception on the season for Deshaun Thompson. And guys, Flores, I don't know if he saw something, but wanted to move quickly and appeared to have Golden West out of sorts defensively.
What happens with the no huddle?
Yeah, I think they saw something like last time from the defense in terms of getting set and finding their assignments. We see Golden West a little late to react. That's a quick 7.
Well, let's keep it here because this goes back to something that Bob Jastreb said this week that I thought was very interesting in our brief conversation. He said that the Rustlers, very, very effective disguising coverage, moving around a lot pre-snap. The Mount San Antonio coach is very aware of that, planning for that, and we might have just seen an example of that they want to move quickly while Golden West is still moving around and trying to disguise that coverage.
And I think at this point we haven't really seen the offense show up yet for Golden West. You have the bad snap, a miscommunication between Awad and his center, and I wonder if we see Braden Siri quickly here inserted into the game.
And I do agree with you, Mike. He might come in early. They've been always switching quarterbacks.
Another deep kick and through the end zone, and once again, Golden West midway through the first will start from their own 25, and it's getting late early. I think Golden West, at the very least, needs a couple of first downs here to settle themselves down change the field position somewhat. They can ill afford to give it right back to the Mounties, who appear to be rolling right into Week 10 here offensively.
Yeah, there's one thing about making adjustments. There's also having time.
Looks like there's a no huddle going on with the Rustlers, or they're going to go huddle. But talk about the last possession by the Mounties. They like to go on fast-paced no huddles and not give the defense time to adjust. And what we've seen so far in this game, once you make a mistake against the Mounties, they'll make you pay.
It's a 2nd and 5 out to the 30 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Snap to Awad, blitz coming, good protection. And a low throw, and it's incomplete. And an opportunity missed. First target for leading receiver Nate Jimenez, and an incompletion as the Rustlers did a good job picking up the blitz. They had Jimenez open, but Awad underthrew. So a 3rd and 5.
Jimenez is such a reliable receiver, usually going to make that catch 9 times out of 10.
There you see Awad flanked by Jayshawn Pate. 3rd and 5 for the Rustlers, who come in converting on 3rd down at 39%. Blitz again. Quick throw, completion, first down. They go back to Jimenez to the 46. Shamar Hawkins on the stop as they'll spot it at the 45, and Hawkins might have just saved a touchdown with the tackle on Jimenez.
But the important part of the drive, they got the yardage enough to move the chains, and it's first down for Golden West.
So Jimenez reception moves it to the 45. Big first down for Golden West. Dual setbacks on first down. And a first down carry and not much going on. No gain on the play. Dylan Pullen with the tackle on Akichi.
That's a terrific job defensively by Mount Sac. They do not let Golden West set the edge. They get there in a hurry. Gang tackle, no gain.
So a 2nd and 10, clock moving, under 6 minutes to go in the opening quarter. Golden West coming in, having won their last 7 after a Week 2 loss at Riverside. And the Mounties perfect on the year, 9-0. A matchup of number 3 and number 7 in the latest 3C2A rankings. Awad rolling right, hit as he throws. Sideline pass incomplete. So that'll leave a 3rd and long.
Caton Super, the number 44, he just came out of nowhere, put pressure on Awad, almost had a sack.
Jeff, you talked about it getting late early. I wonder if they pick up 6-7 yards on this play. Is this 4-down territory?
Well, an interesting question. Obviously, you don't want to leave a short field, so it's got substantial risk. On the other hand, this is a Mountie team that hasn't had a lot of difficulty going through long fields. 3rd and 10 from the 45. 4-man rush, quick screen, looking for Docknall, who is brought down well short of the first down at his own 49. And I think in this situation, we'll see the punting unit and Nick Mitchell going to put a little faith in his defense and try to play field position.
Well, they did give up 3 on the first possession, and a miscommunication on defense allowed the touchdown.
So we'll see Andrew Guzman, his 2nd punt today. Well, interestingly, it has been Andrew Guzman, but is that Marquise Brown with the kick? And it's a very good one.
That's a beauty.
Inside the 5. Yeah. They'll down it at the 5. So a long field for the Mounties as Marquise Brown Leonard. Where has this guy been? Well, I'll tell you where he's been. He's been in the defensive backfield at a safety spot where he has 4 interceptions on the season.
Yeah, he's gonna stay on the field.
But he's
with good reason.
Pretty good punter. As he pins the Mounties back at their own 5-yard line, and this a big series for this Golden West defense. They need to get off the field here.
They got to put pressure on Flores first.
Mounties at their own 5-yard line. First down carry for Floyd, and a gain of about 4. Wyatt Potter moving up for the stop. for Floyd, a 2nd down and 6. Floyd
did a good job, get a couple yards on first down. You want to get away from the back of your end zone because as we seen earlier in the quarter, a botched snap, almost a safety and a sack. You don't want to put that pressure on your offense this early, especially with a 10-point lead.
2nd down and 6. They'll keep it on the ground. Pickup of a couple. Floyd comes in averaging 10 yards a carry on the season, and astonishingly, Ed, does not lead the 3C2A in yards per carry.
He does not, which is very shocking. I think the investigation needs to be looked into that, to be
Caden
honest.
Harris at Allen Hancock averaging an otherworldly 10.2 yards a carry. So nice effort from Nicholas Floyd, but not quite there at 10
Well, I'm
yards a carry.
curious on how Golden West is going to do on this 3rd down. You put pressure on the quarterback, try to take a sack. Flores is very quick. He could throw a slant.
Done such a good job taking care of the football and leading this offense. 3rd down and 5. In the flat, and the underthrow from Flores that time. Going back to Thompson, and the Rustlers get just what they needed. A quick 3 and out, and they figure to come away with good field position.
Thompson had a touchdown last week against Long Beach, and here he had a drop. Don't see Thompson.
Yeah, Thompson last week held without a catch for the first time this season, but he's come back with a vengeance here in week 10.
We got a penalty marker on the play. If this is offsides, it could be a 1st down.
Yeah, very close. It was a 4th and 5. It would come down to the spot, but this would be an absolute killer if you're Golden West. Our referee today, Bob Yoakum.
Ouch. That's going to hurt, Jeff.
And it is going to be enough to move the chains as it's out to the 15.
You just can't have it. Your margin for error is so thin against this team. You have exactly what you want. You force a 3 and out, and then you shoot yourselves in the foot.
You just cannot make mistakes against this Mountie offense because as we've seen it all season long, you make a mistake, you give them the opportunity, they will make you pay.
You don't even need to make mistakes. They're going to make you pay regardless. Hey, let's just give them a free set of downs.
First penalty of the game on either team, and it is very significant. We'll see just how significant in the upcoming minutes. 1st down carry, and Floyd breaking through to the 25 near another 1st down. Patero on the stop. It's a 9-yard gain for Floyd. And big play, Nick. Almost had one there, Patero. Able to bring him down after a gain of 9.
God, I wonder if you maybe think about taking the time out here just to resettle the defense, wake them up.
2nd and short. And a loss on the play as Floyd gets the carry again, but that time the Rustlers there quickly Potter into the backfield along with Chikari Embry.
And, Jeff, I mean that in the sense of you had exactly what you wanted, and then special teams come in, commit the 5-yard penalty, give up a fresh set of downs, maybe settle down the defense. Pretty good job right there.
Yeah, you could hardly blame the Rustler defense if they aren't a little bit frustrated as they head back onto the field.
And Flores getting a look here is going to change the play.
Clock moving, 2:13 and counting remaining in the opening quarter. Play action. Flores has time. Now the pressure comes. Able to get away from Diasis. Flores heading to the sideline and hit out of bounds. I don't see a flag yet.
Wow.
That was very close, but it looked like Flores was right near the sideline.
I wonder if we have that.
I'm sure we do. Let's take a look here. This is flirting with potential disaster if you're Golden West. There you see Diasis has the shot, but Flores able to break out of the tackle, and it's Potter coming on.
No, he hits him with 1 foot still in bounds. So that's a good no call.
So it's 3rd and 3 from the Mount Sac 32-yard line. Early on, the Mounties 2 of 3 on 3rd down. Flores with Floyd to his right. And they'll throw again. Quick completion for the 1st down. Finds Dedrick Taylor Akins, the leading receiver for the Mounties on the season.
Yeah, he's one of Flores' best receivers. He leads the team in touchdown receptions this season with 9.
Yeah, coming off a couple of touchdowns last week in the win at Long Beach. First catch today, another first down throw back to Williams. Williams out to the 45, gets a pretty good spot.
Did I mention
Brought
that
down by Noel Vallejo, excuse me, Ed.
They are wary of Brogan Diasis. They are going high and low on Brogan, and he's going to have to adjust. I wonder if they start to move him around the formation.
Second down and 4 from the 45. Straight ahead, near the first down for Floyd. He is stood up at the 48. Driven back after a gain of 3. Patero with the tackle, and it leaves a 3rd and a long 1 from the 48.
I can't believe how fast his first quarter has gone.
And the Mounties looking to run one more play on 3rd and short, down to 7 seconds.
They're going to flip the field.
That'll do it for the opening quarter. Through 1, Mount Sac on top of Golden West. 10-0, you're watching Rustler football here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Okay, yeah, me too. I got him up here. Start of the second quarter, and a 3rd and 1 for the Mounties. And for Flores, more of the same of what we have seen really all year long. 5 of 7, 71 yards, the touchdown to Deshaun Thompson. And we could talk a lot about the running game, and with good reason, but Flores in his 3rd year in the program, a tremendous sophomore leader for this Mountie offense, continues to do it.
And he had 4 touchdowns last week against Long Beach. Let's see if he can go past 4 and maybe get 5.
Big 3rd down from the 48. They'll keep it on the ground. Floyd able to twist out of a tackle and pick up 3 yards. Bailey got into the backfield along with Harrison Koffel. But Floyd with a good individual effort. And when I spoke with Bob Jastrab, I wanted to talk about just how prolific this offense had been running the football and what that meant for a very talented offensive line. And the first thing he talked about was, hey, we've got a great group of running backs here as well, capable of making big plays. And that has been a huge ingredient in the success. And Floyd right there with a great individual effort to slip out of the tackle and pick up the first down. Floyd, big hole.
Massive
gain of
hole.
about 8. Patero, a busy first half for the Rustlers with another tackle, but it's 8 yards downfield and it leaves a 2nd and 2.
Key blocking by that Mounties offense was able to open up that hole, and that rushing attack continues to dominate this Rustlers defense.
Yeah, Jaden Colvin, Arthur Avila, James Burke in the interior of that offensive line. Pump fake for Flores, now looking deep, but the coverage is outstanding. Looking for Taylor Akins, and no chance.
Yeah, bracket coverage there. Jakari Embry along with Marquis Brown, Leonard.
Yeah, the Rustlers have been solid on the outside with Embry and Kentrell Omar at the corner positions, and we mentioned Marquise Brown and the 4 interceptions at the safety spot. 3rd down and 2. Floyd remains in the backfield. Flores again wants to move quickly. Bunch formation. Floyd on the carry, a little hesitation, now bursts through and has the first down and more. Inside the 30, down to the 28. Good push again up front. Floyd following his blockers for another first down.
Well, great push, great patience, and great feet. You see him make the adjustment in the hole.
So down to the 28, and again, this drive started back at the Mount Sac 5. It was almost over, but a penalty continues the drive, and now the Mounties are on the move at the 28. Quick pitch. And the end around inside the 25, down to the 24.
Embry, the first man there.
Yeah, Deshaun Thompson on the sweep. Gains about 4, leaves a 2nd and 6.
And that last play is familiar to what the Mounties ran last week in Long Beach, except that it was a handoff, razzle-dazzle Philly special pass to the corner of the end zone for 7.
Well, they challenge you on so many fronts, Ed. With the great running backs, but playmakers on the outside and a sophomore quarterback in Flores, who is so comfortable with this offense. Quick throw through the hands of his intended target, looking for Williams, and a 3rd and 6. Both these teams do a pretty good job taking care of the football. Turnover differential for Mount Sac +7, Golden West +6, so turnovers don't figure to be a huge storyline here.
Terrell Taylor, missed opportunity there off the tip.
Yep.
Little quicker reaction, might have had 6 going back the other way.
Yeah, I start to say you don't expect it to be a big play, but could see 1 or 2 make a huge difference potentially in a matchup like this. 3rd and 7. 3 wide receivers to the left. Flores with the snap. 3-man rush. Quick throw. Thompson juggles but makes the catch at the 20. Should say he's just outside the 20, so a gain of 5 leaves a 4th and 2 and a decision for Bob
I think they're going to go
Jastrab.
for it.
You're right. Looks like they're going to stay on the field, Mike.
Yeah, Mounties didn't like the spot. It's a short 2, long 1 situation. I think the Mounties going to go for it.
Looked like he needed to get inside the 20. The Mounties on 4th down this season, 9 of 18. This a 4th and 2. And we'll have a timeout. And Mount Sac going to take their first timeout with 11:54 remaining in the first half, facing a 4th and 2 from the Golden West 20 when we return. It's Rustler Football on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Fourth and 1, and the Mounties going to go in the bunch formation. There you see the numbers for Nicholas Floyd in the first half, but right now in the backfield, first down and more as they go to Felix Aguirre. So Aguirre, off tackle on the right side, easily picks up the first down. The Mounties will continue the drive, and the Mounties looking for the hammer blow here potentially early in the second quarter, eschewing the 3 and looking to push this to potentially as much as a 17-point lead. If they can cash in with a touchdown, they'll stay with Aguirre in the backfield. Offset I formation. Aguirre gets the handoff and not much doing, gets back to the line off the edge. Patero.
Yep.
Coming in, reading that play. No gain on the play, and a 2nd and 10 upcoming.
Patero, we see off the edge coming around in a hurry, able to blow that up.
Yeah, Osil Marino in at left tackle. You can see on that shot for Nasir McCune, who left earlier in the game with an injury, but this is a deep and talented offensive line for the Mounties. Flores Quick throw inside the 10, has the completion, leaving another third down. This will be a 3rd and 4 after he finds Chase Yerman.
It looks like they're giving Floyd a rest on the sideline. He's not in. So far, he has 59 yards rushing on 12 carries, averaging almost 5 yards a carry.
Samuel Green into the backfield. 3rd and 4 from the Golden West 9. Motion. Green gets the call, and again off the edge. Rustlers starting to be more aggressive at that line of scrimmage. Viramontes able to wrap up Green. Let's watch here again. And guys, you have the sense that this is what you have to do. This is going back to the completion to Yerman. But sooner or later, you're going to have to sell out to really stop that run game.
And I'm very surprised that they're going for a field goal. After going for it 4th down a couple plays ago, you would think that they would go for it again.
Oh, it's 4th and 1. This time it's 4th and 4. And I think the push that we're seeing up front from the Rustlers has improved just, from three plays ago.
Placement down, the kick away, and Escada connects again. The Mounties extend on the lead, 9:21 remaining in the second quarter, and Mount Sac now on top, 13-0. You're watching Golden West College football here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Three drives for the Mounties and 3 scores. And they lead it 13-0. As the Rustlers will get it back once again, starting from their own 25. But overall, the Rustlers have run 9 plays for 0 yards. Certainly part of that was the botched snap on that opening drive. They did have a couple of first downs on their second drive before the drive ultimately stalled near midfield.
Today's broadcast being brought to you in part by Chick-fil-A. Golden West and Warner, proud sponsor of the Rustler football program and athletics.
Awad with the snap, 3-man rush, stepping up. And not able to slip out of the tackle. Gets to about the 18-yard line.
27-yard line.
Excuse me, 27. Thank you. It's a gain of a couple.
Watt's still in the game at quarterback. Normally they would do the 3-quarterback carousel, put someone else in, but he played almost all the first quarter.
Well, it's followed a fairly steady script on the season with Awad usually playing the first few drives, and then you see Siri for a set schedule often in the second quarter. Akichi on the carry out to the 32-yard line. 3rd down and 3 after a 5-yard run by Akichi. And again, at this point in the season, it would certainly be a surprise to see either coach go away from what they've been doing.
And I was about to say it was a surprise that Nate Jimenez was not on the field, and he walks on into the formation.
Speaking of coaching, for Coach Nick Mitchell, big game, who's coming off his 100th career win last week in Cerritos.
Quick throw, Hampton juggles but makes the catch.
Wow.
At the 39, well, remember,
It was a 15-yard.
that'll take it all the way to the 46 of Mount Sac.
You normally don't see a lot of mistakes on the Mounties side, and face mask really cost him 15 yards. Now Golden West has a little bit of momentum here in the second quarter.
Yeah, and Bob Jastrab talked about what were the keys to success here today. Blitz coming, setting up the screen inside and a gain of about a yard. Trying to dial up the screen against the blitz, but the Mounties quickly on it, limiting it to just a yard. But Eddie talked about turnovers and penalties, really the key. He says as long as we're not hurting ourselves. First down carry for Pete. Takes a hit from Robert Turner, but falls forward to the 30-yard line.
Turner just introduced himself to the Rustlers offense. Not in my house today.
Couple of yards for Pete, but that was hard running to get those 2 yards. Second down and 8 from the Mount Sac 30.
Looks like there might be some pressure coming in.
Mounties showing blitz. Here they come. Awad with a deep drop. Pop flies looking for McIntosh. The over-the-shoulder catch and a touchdown.
What a catch by McIntosh. It looked like he was going to drop it too. But great concentration on the play. Made the catch, and he got big points for the Rustlers right here as we take a look at the replay.
5th touchdown reception for McIntosh on the season. We'll have a great look here.
Just great concentration.
Shamar Hawkins had the coverage, and McIntosh had gotten a step behind him. And Awad with his 11th touchdown pass of the season. And I don't know if there's a better thrown ball
Could have
in
come
there
at a
than
better
that
time.
one, but he dropped it in perfectly. Finding Dasani McIntosh a 30-yard touchdown reception. And Golden West with the extra point within 6, 13-7. And that is a life raft of sorts for the Rustlers here in the first half after the Mounties had really dominated the action for the first quarter and a half. The Rustlers answer back. All of a sudden, Ed, it's a one-score game at 13-7.
Yeah, if you go back to those 2 drives, Jeff, the field goal drives, last week against Long Beach, they turned those drives into 7. I'm very surprised right now that it's a very close game here, and it's 13-7. Normally with the Mounties, it would be maybe 20-7, 24-7. So we take another look, and McIntosh again, great concentration behind Hawkins, makes the catch.
Yeah, they get the one-on-one coverage as the Mounties come on the blitz. And again, great job up front. You give Awad some time. And McIntosh able to get a step clear. And Golden West on the board. And we referenced earlier, but again, for Golden West, you have to imagine that they're not thinking about stopping an offense like this. Short kick and a good return for Green. Green all the way into Golden West territory. So another short field for the Mounties, but Ed, you can't look at an offense like this and think we're going to shut them down. But if you can make them settle for 3 instead of 6, you got a chance to keep yourself in the game, and then who knows what can happen.
Very correct right there, Jeff. You hold this Mountie offense to 3 every possession, and if you can get 7 and your defense plays better, you have the advantage against this Mountie offense who's been very dominant all season long.
So Green with the big return sets the Mounties up with very good field position at the Golden West 48-yard line. Boltwood in motion. Green has a lane, and Green dragging tacklers down to the 30-yard line. An 18-yard run on first down, and Mount Sac with that luxury, they could go back to that run game and immediately go to work trying to answer back. Good hard running from Samuel Green. Back to live action, and Green on the carry.
And again, Jeff, the no huddle working for the Mounties. They're trying to wear out Golden West. They know they're tired. They're coming off that big return, and then on first down rushing, now they're giving a little breather, but the Mounties have this rush. You figure Golden West had the momentum with that touchdown, but the Mounties are saying, not so fast. We still hold the chest marks.
And Golden West going to take a timeout. That is their first charge timeout. Set a 13-7 with 5:11 remaining in the first half. The Mounties and the Rustlers on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Back live on a 2nd and 5 from the Golden West 26. Boltwood in motion. High snap, Flores has it, the give to Green. Green with a pickup of a couple.
Looks like the Mounties are trading running backs from Floyd and Flores. So far, Floyd's still on the sideline getting some needed rest.
Yeah, Terrell Taylor, Kane Elroy in quickly, and see the Rustlers continuing to be aggressive, shooting the gaps against that Mountie run game.
What would you say here, Jeff? If they miss it on 3rd down, would they go for a field goal, or would you try to go for it on 4th down?
3rd and 4. Well, Escada's long is 48 yards, so they're in his range. This would be from 42 on a 3rd and 4. Blitz coming, quick throw out in the flat, and Boltwood dropped it. Yeah, looking for Ryan Boltwood, the tight end, and Boltwood has really become more and more a fixture in this offense as this season has worn on. His first touchdown reception a week ago. He's had 11 catches over the last 5 weeks as they've started to utilize the tight end more, but can't come up with that one. Leaves a 4th and 4, and we will see Escada from the left hash. This a 42-yard attempt. Placement down, the kick away. And that one hooking to the right, and he missed it.
You don't
So
see that
Escada-
often. You don't see that very often.
Yeah, Escada came in 9 of 11, so he's 11 of 13, now 11 of 14. He's had a terrific year.
Hooked it right.
Yeah, missed it from 42 yards out, and all of a sudden the Rustlers still within 1 score. We'll try to correct the scoreboard there for you. I think we were assuming. We had a lot of faith in Diego Escada, evidently. We felt like there was a pretty good chance that he was going to make it, but he didn't.
But let's see, look at the situation right here. They went on a drive, and they came away with 0. Zip nada.
Yeah.
Now Golden West has an opportunity to take the lead, possibly before halftime.
Yeah,
4 minutes, 15 seconds left in the half.
Luther Richardson with his first appearance at quarterback has dual setbacks. Now sends a man in motion. Quarterback draw for Richardson. Makes a little move at the 25 and out to the 35-yard line. A gain of 10 for Richardson. Yeah, how about it, Ed? If the Rustlers could take this one for a touchdown, they'd have the lead.
And Richardson, 6'3", 225, the freshman, got this body size of Ben Roethlisberger on that carry. Hard to take down.
Yeah, and a good little move.
And check it out.
Made a player miss and turns it into 10 yards.
And it looks like Siri number 7's checked in.
So now we see Braden Siri. So all 3 quarterbacks in a moment will have taken a snap here today. Snap to Siri. Delayed handoff on the inside. Now running room for Akichi. Akichi into Mountie territory. He's inside the 35, forced out of bounds.
Sooner or later, you're going to see that happen, Jeff. You cannot contain a running back like Akichi very long.
Yeah, Juan Salas finally forces him out of bounds. But there was a look at the move on Elijah Griffin, and that gets Akichi a good 20 more yards before Salas finally forces him out of bounds. But the Rustlers have it at the Mountie 32-yard line.
Jeff, you saw in that play, and this is a player in Caleb Ducknall that hasn't played in a few weeks, coming back from injury today. We see him make a heads-up play. Instead of a block in the black, just gets in the way of the defender, allows Akishi to break one, and a big chunk play for the Rustlers, 1st and 10 at 32.
33 yards for Akichi. Siri looking on the far side. Wow. And McIntosh makes the catch. And now the Rustlers are in the red zone.
McIntosh literally was wide open longer before that. I was wondering when that ball was going to come to him. And look at that. He got it. Nice catch.
Salas on the coverage, and McIntosh adjusting to the ball once again, as we saw him do moments ago on the touchdown reception. Another terrific catch for Dasani McIntosh. Siri, the give to Pete. Pete twisting his way inside the 5, down to the 4. Rustlers on the doorstep. Plenty of time, 2:03 and counting remaining here in the first half. The Rustlers do have 2 timeouts as well.
Now's the perfect time to attack. You need to attack with the running game. You have them on the ropes in the corner. They gave up 2 big plays with a run game. This is the perfect time to go on the attack.
Jeff, I'm surprised. Maybe you call a timeout here if you're Mount Sac. Preserve a little bit of the clock, allow your offense to get back on the field, get your defense set. Looks like they're on their heels here.
Offset I formation, and now a timeout on the field. Are they listening, Michael? Let's see.
No, I think Golden West called it for them.
Yeah, the Rustlers want to talk it over. 1:38 remaining here in the first half.
I think the play clock had started winding down, and when we come back, 2nd and goal from the 4-yard line for the Rustlers. 1:38 to go in the second quarter.
Second and goal from the 4-yard line. The Mounties trying to shuffle in fresh bodies. Richardson back at the controls for the Rustlers with Akichi in the backfield. Jimenez in motion. Richardson rolling left. In some trouble now, back to his right.
That's a hold.
And it's incomplete. Flags are down.
Doc Nall clearly held there in the end zone. Looks like they're going to get Juan Salas.
Oh, it's Elijah Griffin who had the coverage. Yeah, and Griffin as Doc now moving back on the cut. And good eyes, Michael.
There's no doubt he would have had a touchdown if it wasn't for that holding call.
That was unquestionably where Richardson was going with the football.
What a good job he did to avoid the sack.
So this should be a first down then. Or is it just going to move it half the distance?
2-yard line, 1st and goal.
So 1st and goal from the 2. Akichi in the backfield. They move Josiah Laban to that fullback spot. So a jumbo package. Richardson gives to Laban. Laban bouncing off tacklers down to the 1. Well, they tried an homage back to my days of my youth with the Bears. Bringing in the lineman. Granted, the Bears, it was a defensive lineman, but.
And another penalty, Jeff, on the Mounties, and they're shooting themselves in the foot right now this early or this late in the half, rather.
First down.
So that'll make it 1st and goal at the 1. Back-to-back penalties on the Mounties. We're at 1:30 remaining.
And, Jeff, I wonder if with Richardson's size, you wonder if they'll try to do the quarterback sneak.
And now we could say we're sitting right next to the coaches, and the Mounties want to take a timeout, and they will.
Good idea to regroup. They did not like what they saw on offense.
That is their second charge timeout with 1:18 remaining here in the first half, and the Rustlers on the doorstep looking for the lead. It's Rustler football on SoCalCollegeSports.com. First and goal at the 1 for the Rustlers.
Richardson's still in, Jeff. I'm still predicting maybe a
And
quarterback
they've still
sneak.
got Laban in that offset eye in front of Akichi. They'll try Laban one more time. Laban pushing the pile, no signal yet. Rustlers indicating they're in there, but it looks like he stopped about a foot short. 2nd and goal, and Ed, I don't know that this is all bad news for Golden West. The more time you can take off the clock to limit the Mounties' chances of coming back and doing anything offensively before the end of the half.
Why is
meanwhile,
the
clock
stopped?
has stopped.
They're talking whether it is a fumble.
Looks like they're reviewing if there's a touchdown
I
or
think
not.
they're trying to
And are
figure
they-
out whether or not.
Now I'm hearing some talk up here
About a
that
fumble.
maybe the football came out And are they discussing whether or not?
Or did the ball cross the plane?
It'll be a big momentum shift if it's Mounties football.
No doubt.
The ball was fumbled.
Fumble.
And they are saying it's a
Wow.
fumble, and the Mounties have it. And do we possibly have this from another angle? It's going to be so hard to tell. They tried to give the ball to Josiah Laban up front. And Laban with that second and third effort trying to push the pile. And somewhere in that scrum, the ball came out. And the Mounties forced the turnover. There you see Shamar Hawkins emerge with the football.
What a perfect time for that to happen.
Well, you think back to the big penalty that extended the drive that the Mounties turned into a touchdown. And now the fumble at the 1 that maybe takes a touchdown off the board. And I think it's safe to say those are the 2 big plays here in this first half.
You just denied them 6 points, which is very boost confidence for that Mounties.
One-on-one on the outside. You're going to go power, see if you can get a little breathing room.
Yeah, Flores under center. And he's just going to push his way forward for a couple of yards. The Rustlers do have 1 timeout remaining, but the Mounties are in a position where they can run out this first half from deep in their own territory.
Well, you know, some good and I think probably more bad than good in this first half. You had a chance to take the lead at the end of the second quarter, but it was 10-0. It looked like the Mounties was going to start to run away with this thing. And you have to credit the Rustlers for coming back. Huge play from Awad to McIntosh for their lone scorer of the ball game. But it's a first half of what could have been for the Rustlers. They had the 3-and-out that they forced. Special teams jumps the gun, gives them a free 5, and then they go down, able to limit them to only a field goal. But then you have this play right here. Fumble it basically at the goal line, and now the Mounties take over. They can preserve the lead, and they got 38 seconds in a timeout. I wonder if they maybe have the ability to get some points back up on the board.
And guys, I'm not sure that it's entirely bad news for Golden West that they get to go into the half here, because that will dissipate some of the momentum. You lose a chance like that to score. If Mount Sac could come right back with a quick score here, go back up 2 scores, that would really be deflating for Golden West. But now we'll head into the half. You're within 6. You can regroup a little bit if you're Golden West. It takes away a little of that momentum from that big turnover down at the goal line.
And I agree with what Mike said about the Rustlers. They got the lead. They've been able to stop this Mounties offense, but let's go back to the Mounties. It's more of a what if. What if those 2 drives that went to field goals would have been touchdowns?
Yep.
Would be a different score.
And the Mounties are going to be content to go into victory formation and just kneel down.
I think it's a theme of, I think the Rustlers won the first half.
They did.
But the Mounties are up by 6. And some adjustments going to have to be made by both teams going into the half.
Halftime from Golden West, and it's the Mounties who will take a 13-7 lead into the break.
Hold that thought.
So we have 1 more timeout taken.
I wonder what that one's all about.
And Golden West is going to take their final timeout. It's 3rd down, so this amounts to just making the Mounties snap it 1 more time.
Well, you only get 3 timeouts per half, and you cannot take any extra timeouts with you to the locker room, so might as well just use them now when they can.
One player from each team was injured, and the clock was stopped for both of them. That's what I said. That's what I was.
Okay, and they're sorting out the stoppage time, the stoppage of the clock for the injuries for the players. There was a Golden West player injured on 1st down that did stop the clock. But either way, the Rustlers cannot get the ball back. All they can do is force the Mounties to take 1 more snap here on 3rd down. Rustlers. And Flores will take that snap, and now we will head to the half here in Huntington Beach. Mount San Antonio College on top of Golden West 13-7. It's Golden West College football here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. of the second half, and the Rustlers will have it first to start the third quarter. And for at least the fourth time today that I can remember, the kick through the back of the end zone. And once again, Golden West will start from the 25. The Rustlers been pretty solid on returns this season, over 27 yards per kick return. But the Mounties have been able to take that out of play with a touchback every time.
Oh, we talked about the first half that could have been for the Rustlers. They would have had another touchdown on the board, the lead potentially going in at the half, and then they get the ball at the start of the third quarter. And they could be having a lead right now, but instead trailing by 6, and the Rustlers are going to have to go to work.
You know, let's talk about the Mounties as well. They had a 13-point lead. There were 2 drives where they got field goals, could have been touchdowns.
Yeah.
So you wonder if they got those 2 touchdowns, what the momentum would have been going into the second half.
Yeah, safe to say, 1 turnover in the game between the 2 teams, and it was of monumental importance. Razzle-dazzle on first down, and a deep throw incomplete. Well, they had a man open. They were looking for Jake Troxell.
That was the play that the Mounties ran in Long Beach last week. Looks like Rustlers got a little bit of a trick play up their sleeves, but
Yeah,
unfortunately it didn't work.
Fake the reverse, and they had the man open.
They had it.
Kalen Bradley was in the area, but Troxell was a couple of yards clear, and the pass incomplete, so Nick Mitchell goes to the bag of tricks.
What would you call that, the Rustlers special?
Second down and 10. Richardson remains at quarterback, so not seeing a wad to start the third quarter. Quick throw, nearly intercepted the throw behind Jimenez. Braden Hapner went to the turf but couldn't come up with the pick.
A
Let's
really
watch here.
calamity of errors for both teams on that play. Richardson nearly gives it up, and Mount Sac was in disarray defensively.
3rd and 10. Three-man rush. Richardson still looking, pressure coming. Able to slip out of a couple of tackles. He's still on his feet. Now going to try and get what he can. Absorbs a big hit up at the 33-yard line. Shy of the first down.
They're going to give him the 34.
So it's a 9-yard run.
Wow.
And he took a wicked shot.
Yeah, he definitely took a big hit at the end of the play, and surprisingly he got back up.
Well, Richardson checks in at 6'3", 225. Comes to Golden West from Nashville. And he will head off along with the Rustler offense. A missed opportunity, a quick 3 and out here in the first minute of the third quarter. And the Mounties will get it back, still leading by 6. Well, it's not Marquise Brown. Back to punt. Is that Patero? You start to wonder if maybe there's an injury to Andrew Guzman, who's been handling the punting duties all year. And there you see it's Jed Hoffman, who handles the place-kicking duties as well. Back in punt formation.
Meanwhile, the Rustlers got called for a delay of game, so that's going to back them up about 5 more yards.
And speaking of do everything, that's Marquise Brown, who's handling the long snap. What can't this guy do? Off the side of the foot for Othman, and great field position coming for the Mounties. They'll have it in Rustler territory.
A good field position for Mount Sac. As mentioned in the first half, there were a lot of drives where they could have got touchdowns but got field goals. What are the preparations and the adjustments are going to work here in the first possession of the second half?
So they'll have it at the 44-yard line. That is just a 10-yard kick. And a chance for the Mounties with a short field to make this a 2-score game. They'll spot at the 45. So here comes Flores and the Mountie offense with Samuel Green in the backfield. So a lot of Nicholas Floyd over the first quarter and into the second quarter, but haven't seen a lot since as they've gone to Samuel Green, but that's not a big departure. Again, the Mounties make use of 4 running backs most weeks. Green able to break a tackle in the backfield and get inside the 40 down to the 37. 8-yard run for Samuel Green.
Yeah, I'm surprised that Floyd's not out there. Normally he's their heavy running back, and he's coming in right now. He's checking in.
So here comes Floyd. You also see Isaiah Dickerson and Devin Miles significantly as well. But so far today it's been Floyd and Green. They fake the handoff to Floyd, and it's incomplete over the middle. They had a man looking for Williams, who was running clear in the middle of the field, but the pass incomplete and a big opportunity missed for the Mounties, who will now face a 3rd and 2.
And Williams was trying to do the one-handed catch, change of Odell Beckham. You know, notice a lot of receivers are trying to do that one-hand catch now so far in this generation.
Floyd gets the handoff, bounces it outside. He's got the first down, spins out of a tackle at the 32, and gets down to the 28. Able to pick up 4 yards after Embry had a shot at him. But this is just the speed of Nicholas Floyd.
And you got to feel very confident when you have your main weapon in there on a 3rd down, trying to move the chains, and gets you the first down and some yardage afterwards.
Yeah, Brown got into the backfield, but couldn't wrap up Nicholas Floyd. And a big 3rd down conversion for the Mounties, who have it down at the Rustler 28-yard line. Flores, straight drop, over the middle, has a man, completion, first down and more. Inside the 15, down to the 13, as he finds Isaiah Dickerson.
And the Rustlers defense was trying to play the end zone, Jeff, and they left a little bit of the middle open, as you see yardage opportunities after the catch.
Yeah, he was initially looking left, but that's a good check down, and it reflects the comfort with the offense, the poise of Alex Flores as that pocket started to collapse. And a first down carry for Aguirre. Picks up, should say Devin Miles, picks up about 3 yards. And his helmet comes off, so Miles will check out. Here comes Floyd on a 2nd and 7 from the Golden West 10-yard line.
This would be a good opportunity to use Floyd to get into that end zone. He's got the ability to get in the end zone from that yardage.
Yeah, Floyd has 9 touchdowns on the season. One of 7 backs in the 3C2A, averaging over 100 yards a game on the ground.
And he had 176 on just 12 carries.
They fake instead to Dickerson. I should say they fake to Floyd and pitch it to Dickerson, who's down to the 5. Yet another 3rd down on this drive for the Mounties. This will be a 3rd and 3.
Again, quick trickery, razzle-dazzle situation. Mounties opening up the playbook, trying to get into the end zone. See what offensive coordinator Aaron Acevedo will have up his sleeves on this play.
And Davis Thacker eventually with the stop there. You see Floyd in the backfield with Flores on a 3rd and 2 from the 5. Blitz coming, Flores with time, guns the back of the end zone, touchdown Mounties. Jordan Williams gets the feet down. Well, they take advantage of the short field, Ed. As Flores displays the arm. Not a lot of room here to get that ball in, but does.
And good job by Williams.
Yeah, Amir Alameen had the coverage.
And he played him well until he was able to make the catch.
Extra point is good. The Mounties get the stop to start the 3rd quarter and then convert on their first drive as Flores finds Williams for a 10-yard touchdown. Mounties on top 27 here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Kick away. Touchback. Rustlers will start from the 25. Well, Ed, if you're looking for some good news, if you're a Rustler fan, they've been here before. They were down 13. Didn't appear to have much going their way, and very quickly they were able to turn it around and get themselves not only back into it, but threatening to take the lead. So perhaps they could take a measure of that confidence with them forward as they are once again down 13 here with 10:38 remaining in the third.
Yes, the more good news, too, is during halftime I was able to take a walk around the stands. Got a pretty good crowded house here today.
Yeah, both fan bases well represented. The Mounties always seem to travel well.
Feels like a Mounties home game. You wonder if they had that plan to come out here today.
They send a man in motion. First down, carry, and a loss. Not much chance for Pete. They were back quickly. Reggie Johnson into the backfield along with Robert Turner, Kalen Bradley.
And you see that momentum on that touchdown possession has turned over to the Mounties defense. Big stoppage on first down.
A loss of one. Jaysean Pete, who has had such a tremendous year in the backfield for the Rustlers alongside Akichi, but he has been pretty well bottled up today. Has some running room here. Pete into the secondary. Bradley able to wrestle him down, but not before Pete finds some running room and a first down.
And that's what we've seen so far in this game. Whenever one team has a big momentum or make a big play, you see a response from the second team. First down, they made a big stoppage. Second down, they went back to Pete, and he made it. First down.
16-yard run for Pete. And a 1st and 10. Awad, quick throw, batted down at the line.
Look at that one off of Supernet, number 44.
Yeah, Cat and Supernet. Sophomore leader on this defense. And actually, it really looks like he just hits Laban in the back with the throw.
I wonder if they were trying to set up a screen or what happened. But
Yeah,
it
it
went
looked
off
like
the
one of those shallow crossing routes. And Awad just a little low on the throw.
You know, they always say, run that play, run it when you have your receiver right there, but don't run it when you have a defensive lineman, so let alone two of them right there who could just take it to the house.
2nd and 10. Pete on the carry. Gain of a couple. Supernaut there quickly once again. 3rd down and 8 for the Rustlers.
And I'm surprised that the Rustlers are not doing a no-huddle offense like they did in the first half, giving the Mounties opportunity to regroup on defense.
Mounties have been good defensively on the season, allowing just 32% 3rd down conversions on the year. This is a 3rd and 8. Delayed blitz. Awad has time looking on the far side. And the catch is made. McIntosh at midfield, just enough for a first down. 3rd catch for Dasani McIntosh here today, and the first 2 were of the highlight variety, including the 30-yard touchdown that represents the Rustler points.
And again, Golden West responding. They gave up a touchdown on defense, trying to get one back on offense.
They're at midfield, 1st and 10. Straight drop, Awad, quarterback draw at the 45. Awad's got the first down inside the 40. Down to the 37. Call it the 36. 14-yard run for Parker Awad. Another first down.
It looks like they're doing that quarterback switch. Awad in that quarterback. But good position, good play on first down. Awad saw the open hole, was able to take it a couple yards, move the chains.
They keep it on the ground again. Pete with a little move. And down to the 34, 5-yard run. Dylan pulling.
And again, those short yardage gains are going to lead to big plays, as we've seen so far in this drive. 5 yards on first play.
As the Mounties try to shuffle in new defenders, the Rustlers want to move quickly. And the give to Pete straight ahead for a couple. And a massive 3rd down, a 3rd and 3. And we've been talking about 4-down territory, and you have the sense this could be 4-down territory from the 27-yard line. This would be a 44-yard attempt.
Well, you're down 13 points. You just gave up a big touchdown on the first possession of the second half. You have to answer here with a touchdown to keep it close. The closer you stay with the Mounties, you have a better chance of catching up rather than being behind double digits.
Double tight end set. And whistles before the snap. And the Rustlers going to take a timeout. That is their first charge timeout here in the second half. 6:53 remaining in the third. Mounties on top 20-7. Golden West football here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Massive third down here, Ed. 3rd and 1.
Got to get a first down here, Jeff, because giving up a field goal only brings you down within 10. You got to get it within 6. Like I said before the break, you got to stay close to this Mountie offense to have a chance.
Awad under center. The pitch back to Akichi. Looking for the edge and appears to have enough for the first down.
And Akichi did a good job following his blockers. Went to the right side, which has been his best route on offense. And they get a very important first down here.
Behind Chris Garcia, Hayden Harlan on the right side of that Rustler offensive line. Fresh set of downs for the Rustlers. Akichi remains in the backfield. Bunch formation for Awad on 1st and 10. Inside handoff. Akichi pushing the pile down to the 20-yard line. They'll spot it at the 19.
And that was a disaster avoided there, Jeff. Akichi ran into his own blocker. Could have been a couple yard lossage, but was able to get a couple positive yards, make it a even easy 2nd down and 5.
2nd down and 5 following Preston Johnson, his left guard, for a gain of 5. And back to what looked an awful lot like the same play, as Akichi again over his left guard and picks up 5 yards and a first down.
Rustlers have been good on offense all season with their rushing attack. They're going to have to stick to that rushing attack and try to go above and beyond to get back in this game.
Well, it's still a 13-point game. You're still very much in it. And I think the bonus of this drive is not only are you threatening to put points on the board, get yourself back into it, but you're keeping the Mountie offense on that sideline, giving their defense a chance to rest as well.
But no matter what the score is, you have to stay to that rushing attack because that is what's been giving you your yardage positive total in this game.
Whistles before the snap. And this is a delay of game, and penalties haven't been a big storyline in this one except for their timing. And this is another one, Golden West, you're on the move, and you set yourself back 5 yards, and now it's a 1st and 15. And how often do you see a drive stall from an inopportune penalty?
It's never easy when you get 5 yards back after committing a penalty. But that's the second time today that they were called on delay of game.
1st and 15, blitz coming. Awad pop flies the near side into the end zone.
Touchdown.
Touchdown! Jimenez with the reception.
Jimenez has been Awad's go-to guy so far this season that we have the replay. Good job on the concentration on making the play.
Well, he's working one-on-one against Juan Salas. And Jimenez.
A little bit of contact, too.
Yeah, I think you'd say the magic word there with the concentration. He's got great hands. Makes the reception for the touchdown. And Golden West, forget as it's been all season. How about as it's been for the 100 wins under the Nick Mitchell reign here at Golden West, they just won't go away.
They
Always
won't.
find a way to battle
You
and
cannot
stay in it.
You cannot count down on this Rustlers offense.
They answer back after the Mountie touchdown, 4:36 to go in the third. Back to a 6-point game on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Sixth touchdown reception on the season for Jimenez. Awad now with a couple of touchdown passes today, 12 on the year. And we are back to a one-score game, 4:36 remaining in the third. Short kick taken at the 15. Looking for the near side. It's another big return as Miles heads out of bounds. And the Mounties will once again start north of their own 40.
At what point do you start just kicking it out of bounds?
Yeah, the Rustlers not doing themselves any favors in terms of field position here today against a very potent offense. The Mounties have seen a couple of short fields.
Now they realize now if you give them a short field, they're going to score.
Not much margin for error as Flores brings the Mountie offense back on at their own 46. Floyd in the backfield, receivers left and right. They'll drop off. Flores looking deep over the middle and just overshoots his target.
Man.
He was looking for Deshaun Thompson, who already has a touchdown reception today.
And Thompson had room up the seam. That's a touchdown if Flores can hit him in stride. And right now, this offensive line for Mount Sac buying a lot of time for Flores to operate.
Flores, 6th in the 3C2A in completion percentage. He's only had one game this season where he didn't complete 60% of his passes or more. Floyd dancing his way into Rustler territory. Patero able to finally whip him down, but Floyd is very close to first down yardage.
Nicholas Floyd has been the best weapon on offense so far. Now, there's a guy who knows how to go through the offensive line, go through the holes, and take off for big yardage.
3rd and 1. And again, Flores wants to move quickly. Inside handoff, Floyd. It's a good push up front, following his center, Jaden Colvin. And Floyd able to convert on 3rd down. And it is hard to imagine stopping the Mounties on a 3rd and short.
It's like trying to stop the Eagles on a 3rd and short.
Yeah, between the talent at that running back position and the incredibly solid play on that offensive line, they always seem to be able to squeeze out a few yards and move the chains. Play action. Flores looking near side. Whistles come in, and the catch is made. Williams with the reception inside the 30.
And again, offensive protection by that Mounties offense, giving Flores a lot of time, able to find his receiver downfield.
We got 1 foot down.
Yeah,
that second foot was out, but
you only need one.
Yep. Williams does the job getting that 1 foot down. Big afternoon continues for Jordan Williams. Play action again. Flores pop flies, has a man inside the 5 and a touchdown. Back to Deshaun Thompson.
Well, couldn't get him up the seam, but he got him right up the sideline in between the defensive back and the safety. Perfectly placed ball by Flores. Chalk up 6.
Yeah, Alex Flores really showed all the aspects of the good arm here. We saw the strong arm on the completion to Williams, and then as you say, Michael, drops it in perfectly before Embry can get over to Deshaun Thompson, and the Mounties answer back and go back up 13. It's 27-14 Mount Sac. Late in the third here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. want to quickly update. They haven't changed the scoreboard. I thought the extra point was good, but it looks like it's 26-14. So Escada
was no good.
No good.
Who has missed only 2 extra points on the season, misses after the touchdown reception for Thompson, and it's 26-14. Well, you often make the point that those missed extra points tend to show up big. This still a 12-point game. Not exactly sure I see the scenario, but it never would surprise me if 1 point ends up being a major factor here. It always seems to be that way.
Well, the pressure is now on the Rustlers again. They were down 13. They got back within 7 or 6, and now they gave up another touchdown. They're down 12. So now you're in a position where you have to get another score. Now you're just thinking shootout from here on out to catch up to this Mounties offense.
Yeah, 2:46 remaining in the third, so you still have time. But indeed, Ed, you certainly can't afford to trade scores. Tanner with the reception. True Tanner. That's the first catch today for True Tanner.
Yeah, and I was bringing that up. He's had a quiet game so far, just his first catch today.
Yeah. He's been terrific throughout the season, a dependable target. And I wonder if maybe having that carousel at QB kind of affects the rhythm for a wide receiver.
Yeah, he's the 3rd leading receiver on the team, averaging over 18 yards of reception, but a quiet afternoon. Meanwhile, a first down carry out to the 35.
And I agree with what Mike said about the quarterback issue. When you have a different quarterback, sometimes the play changes, and you're not guaranteed to get those catches. And for him to be quiet so far up until now shows that that quarterback carousel may have a little bit of a flaw that needs to be worked on.
Second down from the 35. Quick throw from Awad back to Tanner. Tanner makes the catch out to the 42.
Well, they're doubling McIntosh on the near side in the slot. They're bringing safety help over the top with good reason because McIntosh has burned them earlier today.
And he has that touchdown reception in the first half.
And Tanner has big playability as well, so I think we're going to see Awad the rest of the way. The only really flub in his game was the botched snap earlier in this one. He's been pretty dialed in otherwise.
2nd and 3. Hampton in motion. Inside handoff and another first down.
It's a nice cutback there by Akichi. You see him read the block and make the necessary cut, inches forward for the first.
If we go back to the first half where the Rustlers were trying to get the lead and a botched fumble on the 1 yard line, you wonder, had that touchdown happened, be a 5-point game.
First down at the 47. Akichi into Mountie territory. A 6-yard run brings up a 2nd down and 4. Rustlers starting to ramp up their own running game here in the second half. Lengthy drive earlier in the third, resulting in a touchdown, but the Mounties, with a couple of touchdowns here in the third, have extended the lead. Deep throw. Looking for Tanner, working against Aaron Chaney.
Tanner had some space.
Yeah, 3rd down and 4 upcoming. What figures to be the final play of the third quarter. We're down to 15 seconds. Akichi in the backfield with Awad. They go to Akichi. Akichi with a big hole into the Mountie secondary. Appeared to stumble over his own feet, and he knows that he missed on an opportunity to keep going in the open field. Nonetheless, it's a significant gain and a first down.
Yeah, Mount Sac benefits from the turf monster.
That's a big hole for Akichi. Started to make the move on Dion Cavett and did, but lost his footing as he made that move. Solid run for Akichi on the final play of the third quarter. The Rustlers are on the move, but they trail it by 12 as we head to the fourth from Huntington Beach here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. First and 10 for Golden West. The football resting on the Mount Sac 27-yard line. As we start the fourth quarter, Mounties on top 26-14 in what is turning into a back and forth second half. Akichi remains in the backfield. Hampton solo to the left. Now they send Akichi in motion. Awad screens it out to Akichi. Akichi takes a big hit by Cheney as he heads out of bounds. At the 22, a gain of 5 will bring up a second down and 5.
And this is going to be a big fourth quarter for the Rustlers. There's 3 things that they have to do. One thing is to get into the end zone. Second, they got to get a stop on defense. And then third, try to get a go-ahead score. As we mentioned at the top of the beginning, this is for the Central Division title these both teams are going for.
Yeah, this is for not just the Central Division. This is likely for a spot in the SCFA playoffs, the Final Four.
Oh, I don't think there's any question. The winner of this one is going to win the Central. Akichi following his blockers, spin move at the 15, or down to the 15.
I'm interested to see what the ruling is there, because on the previous play, Akichi goes out of bounds, and the clock's still running, and I'm trying to figure out, like, what's the ruling on that? Now, I understand if forward progress is stopped and he's going backwards, you keep the clock running, but I'm surprised the clock was not stopped on that last possession.
It's a first and 10 from the 15. Snap to Awad. Akichi dances his way forward for a gain of a couple. Down to the 14. Bradley in on the stop.
See if we can get a score update from you from
Second
Riverside.
down and 8. Yep. Last report we had was 10-3 in favor of Riverside in the third. And again, the South Division Championship on the line in that matchup. Not a stretch to say that the playoffs really begin today with these two games.
Free
Moving
play.
on the line, and
Should be a free play.
are they going to say it was the Mounties or were they drawn off? No, it's against Mount Sac. So second and 8 becomes second and 3 as they'll move it inside the 10 down to the 8-yard line.
A lot of options here in the playbook. Second and 3 inside the 10-yard line.
Yeah, late in the third, and it's a defensive struggle at Riverside. 10-3 in favor of Riverside. Inside handoff, pushing the pile down to the 5-yard line. First and goal after they convert on second and 3. And here comes Luther Richardson in to replace Parker Awad.
Well, I feel like we've seen this before. And now the Rustlers just need to execute inside the 5.
Well, they bring in Troxell, the tight end, in that offset eye with Jay-Sean Pete in the deep eye. Richardson running left. Blockers in front, dragged down. That is great pursuit by Reggie Johnson. And a gain of a couple as Richardson had a head of steam heading left, but watch Johnson track this play down.
You know, they're getting close to that goal line. Don't expect maybe a quarterback sneak could happen these next 2 plays if they get close to the 1.
Well, now Josiah Laban checks in.
Laban had the fumble earlier in this one that resulted in a fumble on or change of possession at the 1-yard line.
Kichi in the backfield. Richardson straight ahead. Takes a hit from Johnson, still struggling. And now they'll force him back. This will come down to the spot. Looks like it's going to be 3rd and goal from the 1.
This 4th down territory here, Jeff. Coming up on the 11-minute mark, you're down 2 touchdowns.
Heading to the 4th.
Well, yeah,
at
no
Riverside,
doubt, you got to
10-3.
get a touchdown. You got to get a touchdown here because the field goal won't do any good.
And they will unpile.
Bit of a broken up play there, a bit of an open play. Kichi in for 6
There was a
on
lot
blown
of
coverage.
confusion in that last possession.
So now Jed Othman will come on for the extra point. And puts it through.
Now a touchdown wins it.
10:37 remaining in the ball game. Rustlers back within 5 as Richardson finds Akichi. You're watching Golden West football here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Five-point game and a big play upcoming. Ed, the Mounties have been able to come up with a couple of big returns and give themselves short fields to work with.
And I think I'm with Mike. You should just kick it out of bounds, have it start at the 40.
Well, they have started beyond that a couple of times already here today. The kick away. Taken at the 1.
Nice play.
And better coverage that time. It was Noah Burdick coming in to wrap up Taj Stevens to win. Shy of the 20. So the Mounties will have a much longer field to work with here.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think that's the farthest they started all afternoon.
Well, far and away the best coverage the Mounties have had. And there you see Burdick, the speed of the wide receiver, getting in to make the stop on the win. And the Mounties in a 5-point game. And Bob Jastrab talking about this matchup and how difficult it is to come here and win against a team as good as Golden West, as Brown with the stop on the carry by Floyd, but not before Floyd picks up 8 yards, create a 2nd and short. He said it's been a great year, obviously, but we're going to find out how good we are.
You know,
come
Golden
here and
West
take on
has
this,
won
this
at
Rustler
home all year.
defense.
And that streak is on the line this afternoon.
2nd and 3, 7-yard run for Floyd. Flores directing traffic, has the snap. They give to Floyd running right. Floyd has the first down. Brought down at the 28. Terrell Taylor with the stop.
A scenario here, Jeff. If Mount Sac can get a field goal, this will still be a 1-possession game, which means Golden West get a touchdown and 2-point conversion. You give up a touchdown, it may be difficult to get back in it with time starting to be a factor here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah. Completion on the outside, not much. Couple of yards. Perhaps Potter moving up quickly to deliver the hit on Jordan Williams. They'll spot it at the 37. gain of 3. Call it 4 and a 2nd and 6. See the clock moving, under 9 minutes to go. Of course, the Rustlers are coming off a last-second win a week ago to keep their title hopes alive. Flags are down as Floyd is hit and dropped. A loss on the play of a yard, but let's see about the flag.
Well, this was thrown in the backfield, so it looks like this might be coming back.
Andrew Jordan with the tackle. And it's an interesting decision. I imagine they'll take the penalty, but it was a loss of a yard, so instead of 3rd and 8, they'll take 2nd and 17.
Daylon Matoria, number 78, guilty of that call. And yes, you want to put the pin deep because a 3rd and 8 could be a possibility of a first down. You have to get this defense off the field at this time. Otherwise, the clock is going to continue to drain. They may run out of time to get the ball back.
Snap to Flores. Good protection, throws over the middle. Completion to Thompson. Back to the 34-yard line. A gain of 11 will bring up a 3rd down and about 4.
Looks like they might go on a no huddle, Jeff, trying to get this defense to be confused. This could be the game right here if they get the first down, because all they have to do is just drain the clock.
3rd and 4. Flores. Quick slant. A lot of contact. There's the flag.
Oh, this was going to be on the Rustlers for illegal contact.
Yeah, he was going to Jordan Williams, and it was Noel Vallejo on the coverage, and we'll have a look at this one down at field level. But, Ed, I think there was some contact there.
Whoa.
So that will give the Mounties a first down.
And you know what that means, Jeff? Another opportunity to drain the clock.
And with this running game, they can string together the first downs. Ordinarily, with 8 minutes left, you'd think pretty likely that you're going to see the ball again, but the Mounties averaging over 277 yards a game on the ground. Green running right, lowers the shoulder into Vallejo. Green very near another first down.
So that tackle was made by Noel Vallejo, number 27. He got up a little bit upset. I don't think he liked that.
Well, Green just running hard, picks up 9 yards. And it's a 2nd and 1. Flores, with plenty of time on the play clock, brings the Mounties to the line. Green finds a hole on the right side, down to the 37-yard line. Spotted at the 38, 6-yard run. Leaves a 2nd and 4. And that Mountie offensive line, as they have done all season long, starting to impose themselves here in this 4th quarter.
And again, the clock is coming down. Rustlers are just trying to get the ball back, but they're running out of time.
Back to Green. Green able to slip out of a tackle in the backfield. Bailey had a chance, but couldn't get him down. And instead, Green inside the 35, down to the 34. It's good enough for a first down as we wind down to 6 minutes to go.
Again,
and Ed, as you mentioned earlier, the field goal still leaves it at a 1-score game if you're Golden West.
You know, at this point where the ball is at, you got to give them a field goal because a touchdown will clinch the victory for the Mounties.
Offset I formation. Flores. Play clock at 5. They give to Green. Good hole on the left side. Green into that Rustlers secondary. Down 22-yard line. Good for another first down. Terrell Taylor with the stop. But Green, good hard running on this drive, has carried the load. The Mountie drive continues. They're at the Golden West 22. Timeout on the field. And Golden West going to take their second charge timeout. So Nick Mitchell can wait no longer. Feels as though he has got to stop the clock and talk to his defense. 5:13 to go in the fourth quarter. Mount Sac leading at 26-21 on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Last report, 11:14 to go in the fourth quarter. Riverside leading 13-3. The 91 taking on Fullerton College, and again, the winner of that one will win the South Division playoffs here at this point. And again, Flores poised, running the show for the Mounties. Has that play clock right in front of him, so he knows exactly how much time he has. Down to 4. Green gets the handoff. Again, Sue there quickly. 4-yard run and a massive 3rd and 4 coming up for the Mounties. And do you have enough faith in your defense here that you even pass on the risk of attempting a field goal and consider trying to run it 2 more times on a 3rd and 4 and see, as you mentioned, if you can't close this one out without giving the Rustlers even another shot on offense?
If you're Coach Jastrap, you have confidence in your offense. Your offense has dominated so far all year. This is just another challenge for them. And from the way they've been playing on this drive, if it gets a 4th down, I think they'll go for it.
3rd and 4, Flores with a quick throw and the completion. Finding Thompson for another 1st down. Potter on the stop. And Golden West with only 1 timeout as the clock moves. 3:33 remaining in the ball game. And the Mounties have it inside the 10-yard line. No good options here if you're Golden West. You certainly can't let them score. That creates a 2-score game.
Only thing you could do at this point, try to pressure Flores, pressure Floyd, pressure that run game. Do not give any more yardage.
Samuel Green remains in the backfield. Gets the handoff. Green, a cut to his right. Brought down inside the 5.
And again, as Mike mentioned earlier, not only for the division title, this game is up for the playoff seeding.
Picture really starting to harden here with these early games today. Aguirre in the backfield, 3rd and goal from the 1. Aguirre. 2nd effort, down to the goal line, touchdown, Mount San Antonio.
Looks like they may have clinched this game, Jeff.
32-21 with 1:46 remaining. And now the Rustlers gonna need something very dramatic. As they're down a couple of scores, they gotta find a way to get a score on the board. And this becomes an important extra point, because if Escada can put this one through, and he does, and now you need 2 touchdowns. The field goal and the touchdown won't do it. And the Rustlers going to need to find a way to score quickly here and then somehow get the ball back.
Again, we go back to the first half with that botched fumble at the 1. Had the Rustlers got that touchdown, right now it would be 33-28. The Rustlers would be going for the win. But to me, that would be the play of the game. The defense coming up big near the end of the half, protecting a 6-point lead. You stop the Rustlers from getting a touchdown, and from what that happened, the effect of the game now, that touchdown could have been very key because they could have just gone for the win. Now you have to get 2 scores and an onside kick and get the ball back.
Both these teams have done such a good job all year in terms of turnover differential, specifically taking care of the football. We mentioned Awad and Flores both adept at not throwing interceptions. So that only magnifies the importance of the one turnover this game.
Which turned out to be the key moment of the game. And
Pivotal play going back to the second quarter, and the Rustlers with a chance to take, at that time, what would have been a 1-point lead late in the first half. Instead, they do fumble it. We head into the half with Mount Sac on top by 6, and I've traded scores here in the second half, but the Mounties now up 12 with one, executing that drive and converting a big throw on third down to keep that drive alive. Over the middle, Siri with the big completion out to midfield. As he finds McIntosh, the Rustlers will hurry.
They either got to hike it or spike it here.
They'll stop the clock long enough to move the chains. Now they'll wind it, 1:30 to go. Straight drop, Siri under pressure, stepping up, still on his feet, and now cut down. A loss of a yard on the play. Robert Turner with the sack. It's a loss of a yard, but more importantly, the Rustlers have to get back, so they lose valuable time.
And they're still losing time. They got to get this ball high. The clock is to continue to move.
1:03 and counting. Siri looking left, throws deep. The pass incomplete. He was looking for Caleb Docknall.
Yeah, they let like an extra 10, 15 seconds go after that sack, and it's cost them now. And now you're down to 1:03.
Yeah, 59 seconds to update it. And it's 3rd and 11.
That means they lost another 4 seconds.
Docknall and McIntosh to the left. Jimenez to the right. Third and 11. 4-man rush. Siri with time, under pressure, and he's going to be sacked. Reggie Johnson, his second sack today. He's got 8 on the season. And now it's 4th and about 16. Call it 17 from the 42. Golden West going to take their final timeout with 51 seconds remaining in the ball game.
And they held the ball too long, Jeff. In a situation like that, when you're trying to get points, if you don't see anybody, you're just going to have to throw that ball away. You cannot take a sack when you're down 12 points.
Yeah, time's certainly a factor, and obviously the Mounties going to keep everything in front of them. And the Rustlers in the tough position of looking for a big play when the Mounties dropping 7 or 8 into coverage, and the opportunities are going to be hard to find.
And that's what Siri has to learn. When you don't have anybody open, just throw it away, live to play another down, save your timeout. Unfortunately, they had to use their timeout here on the sack.
Rustlers down to their final down, perhaps. 4th and 18. They got to come up with a big completion here to stay in the game at all. Otherwise, it's going to be victory formation and a Central Division championship for the Mounties. Three-man rush. Siri stepping up, still looking, throws and completes to Akichi, who's going to be hit and brought down. Short pickup on the play, well shy of the first down, and the Mounties are going to take over on downs. And now they can come out and a kneel down, maybe 2. And it's a 10-0 regular season and a Central Division championship for Mount Sac.
What a season that the South Mac Mounties have. They've dominated up and down all season, and they're about to be rewarded with a division title.
And we keep you abreast, and 10 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. The Hornets have answered at Riverside. Riverside leading 13-10 in the fourth quarter with another playoff spot on the line. But here, it's going to be the Mounties who will come down to Huntington Beach and get the win against the talented and always exceptionally game Golden West College Rustlers, who fall a little short here today. They'll finish the regular season at 8-2. They'll be off to a bowl game, certainly, and they'll be hosting it right here.
And how about the Mounties? The last time they started undefeated, they finished undefeated, was back in 2012. They finished 10-0, and they actually lost in the championship game to Bakersfield that season.
Bob Jastrab gets the Gatorade shower out there on the field. And final seconds will tick off, and we'll have some final thoughts here as we're rejoined by Mike Cepeda. And Mike, Ed and I were talking about it, and I think, unfortunately for the Rustlers, one play is going to loom very large in this one that certainly had a dramatic impact on the way this game might have gone. Obviously, it was a big play, but also let's give credit to the Mounties. They took advantage of that. They put 3 touchdowns on the board in the second half. They absolutely earned this win.
They earned it. I think the Rustlers more so beat themselves than the Mounties beat them. Credit, like you said, to the Mounties. But, man, Rustlers had a game plan, and they just failed to execute in the clutch moments. They had an opportunity at the end of the second quarter to go up by 1 with the ball coming to their possession at the start of the third, and they fumble it on the 1-yard line. That was really the difference. When you go back and look at it, they could go up by 8 points with a touchdown to open the third, but it wasn't meant to be. The Rustlers go down here in Huntington Beach, and hey, a game effort. I thought it was an incredible game plan. It was a matter of execution. I think Coach Mitchell definitely had his players prepared in this one, but missed opportunities and a question of what could have been if you are the Rustlers and now the Mounties. Jeff, we talked about it during the week. They are 2 games away from being undefeated in the last 2 seasons. Both of those losses came in the final minutes from last year.
Yep.
Fast forward to this year, they run the gamut. They go undefeated in the regular season. Their line play is
a turnover was so critical, and perhaps one seemingly innocuous penalty on a 4th down that keeps a drive alive that the Mounties take advantage of and keep that drive alive for a touchdown. But that's how close this one really was. It was a couple of plays that ultimately made the difference.
Oh, yeah, you look at the Rustlers last week, they got the last-second touchdown winning Cerritos, and then today they came out playing well. And again, as Mike said, the key of the play of the first half was that fumble at the 1-yard line that would have put them up by 1. Maybe the game would have played out differently. But again, the last possession, the clinch and drive, the pass interference call on 3rd down, which they would have stopped them. That kept that drive going. And then the Mounties, all they did was just run it down their throats all the way to the end zone. And it just shows how perfect the Mounties been this season. But the Rustlers, I would say this game would be more of a missed opportunities. And that's what they're going to look at the film. When they go back and review this on Monday, they're going to realize the opportunities they had. They could have won this game.
Well, perhaps it's fitting that we would close with the prescience of Bob Jastrab himself, who said, when talking about this game, what do we need to do? He said the 2 areas we have to be successful in, turnovers and penalties. And they won the turnover battle, forced the one big turnover, didn't turn over the ball, and then penalties, so key. The Rustlers hurt themselves with a couple of inopportune penalties on big 3rd or 4th downs, and the Mount San Antonio College Mounties simply didn't. And that ultimately, I think as we all agree, was the difference here today. Final score 33-21 in favor of Mount San Antonio College. They are the Central Division champions in the National Conference. For everybody here at SoCalCollegeSports.com, thanks so much for joining us. So long, everybody.